Then how about we start off a little fun. We're gonna start off with these two. Raz came in first. I want to know why your name is that, but we're gonna move on for that. And I think we're gonna bring in Iceman and Yoshi after. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll have Penzo and Pepe. Sorry, playoff stream. Let's go. That should be fine. That should be good. You two play off stream, and let's get Ice and Yoshi. You two shall be nice. I'm playing out of order, but that's okay. We're gonna ban Mazda and Sparring, pick Buster. We're going Buster. Okay, we're going into Buster. I was ready for this. There we go. And we're starting this thing. Let's go. Good luck, have fun, you two. If you want all the matches for winners, go for it. We usually have 1 or 2 matches from one. Okay. Got it. Oh, shoot. I gotta stream team. I gotta change this thing. Shit. As you can tell, it's been a minute. But that's okay. That is a-okay. We're going with this. Aloria. Classic Aloria. With the Min. I don't remember Aloria doing these arms, but that's okay. And when did Raz pick up Twintel? Again, I've been gone for a while, but it's amazing to be here again and watching you wonderful EU players do your magic. We seem pretty even exchanging of blows. The Queen Crab from Raz. The Roaster is such a great and solid simple arm. Covers all bases. You can never go wrong with a glove. Glove arms are always the best way to go. Quick and easy rush from Aloria, 300 damage. Knocking on Raz a bit, but still could be anyone's game in the end of the day. Clean rush from Raz, picking up to a 260. Not gonna get a full solid rush there, but damage is damage at the end of the day. And Aloria is showing that he can do quite a bit of damage. It seems like a very even match right now. Swift dodge from Raz right there, taking advantage of the Actress Aura. Patient games, patient games for both these players. Taking their time, not rushing their moves. And that was a good counter on Aloria's part with that rush. Oh my. I am muted! I was talking that whole time. I was muted. That's horrible. Anyways. Round 6 game 1. I am so sorry. It has really been a minute. I won't deny being very embarrassed right now. It's one of those days. Point is, it was a very even match. And I really appreciated the switch on a on Eloria's part to the chakra. You know what? It wouldn't be an Era stream without a little mishap like that. It's okay. We get one of those every once in a while. Oh. I don't think I've seen this set in a minute. Elora bringing out the Parabola and Kablammer. I believe this would be an amazing counter against that freaking Coolering that Eloria was struggling with quite a bit. Though that Coolering can still go around the Kablammer. Eloria has set up a solid, basically a shield to try to counter the aggressiveness of Raz right here. Eloria has some very nice arms. Unconventional arms! But it's wonderful to see out here every once in a while. This is why I love watching the EU play. This is beautiful. Clean rush. Not that clean. 175 damage, and it immediately gets grabbed. Raz is putting on a decent amount of pressure. That Coolering roaster combo is not pleasant. And a nice rush. 300 and 400 damage. Plus a little bit of a bounce from a grab up in the air. Good mix-up from Raz's point. Something about the slow Parabola just approaching you and then just hitting you in the face is something that you don't really know what to do with. Good job on Eloria's part putting on Dragon Arm though. It is such a good arm, good rush. Unable to get the juggle, that is a really difficult combination of arms to get a juggle on. Eloria is able to luckily avoid that rush from Raz. And let's see who can win this exchange of 5 seconds left on the clock. And that will be Eloria with Magic Pixel. Mind you, this is a best of 3. And Eloria will immediately get hit with a Coolering. That pesky little arm that has been giving him quite a bit of trouble these games. The Chakram last game really was a good choice. So it's very interesting that we go down to VoD with this combination. It's a good pressure heavy set, but when you're keeping your distance like Eloria is, I don't know exactly the game plan here. Both players currently have Rush online, and unfortunately Eloria is not able to get Dragon Arm. Raz gets a good knockdown with a charged roaster, and another knockdown with a charged roaster. Raz may not even need to use Rush here. Might want to save it for next round, but there's 50 seconds left on the clock, so it's anyone's game right now. We've seen comebacks just insane from 0 to nothing, so it could really be anything. Eloria currently in Magic Pixel yet again, and that'll be Raz's round. Eloria switching the Parabola for Chakram, a bit of a faster arm. It could be a good way to counter the slowness of the Parabola. Unable to land that rush at all. It's a difficult to rush to at that. With that type of combination, you might want to start hitting the Kablammer and then with the Chakram. Eloria is able to... Not too many rushes have hit this game. Not too many rushes have hit this set. No. And Raz keeps getting Eloria with these grabs. I consider this a very even set, but it feels like the arms are not compatible with this match right now that Aloria is handling. Raz gets another solid grab, not too much damage done to him, and now currently Rush is online. A charged hit with the Chakram could really change the direction of this game for Aloria's sake. And there goes Aloria, unable to do a counter rush, and that will be Raz's set. 2-0. Very clean matches from you two. Very, very clean. Good games, you two. And now up next, we got Iceman and Yoshi Bowser. So let's get these two in here, wherever they may be. I gotta ping them. That is my job. I'm not muted, right? Cool. This is a new fear now. This is an actual fear now. Okay, Iceman came in first. That's cool. Oh my gosh. Hey, this is going great, guys. Let's see. Let's also adjust these a little bit. Alright, we got Iceman and Yoshi currently in the room. Welcome, you two. Two lovely players. Okay. 2-0 Raz's favor. That was a great fight. All my sets are still destroyed off the Vegas tournament? What? What? I hope y'all are doing great this evening. It's very weird saying evening given that it's the middle of the afternoon for me, but we're gonna go with that. Welcome, you two. We had a random... Oh! That makes sense. That's horrible. I would know. I ran randoms in my old days. In the ye old days. Alright, Iceman's gonna start off banning Sparring Ring. We're gonna lose DNA and Temple. If we don't get Temple once, I'm gonna be very upset. I'm gonna play Mazo. No bias, of course, towards Temple. Yeah, totally no bias. Not like it's my favorite stage or something. Yeah, no bias at all. Yep. We're switching over to a fight. Oh, that does not fit. As you could tell, I planned this out very well. And I totally experimented with all the names. Classic Yoshi. With the B&B. Love seeing it. I love seeing B&B out here. And we're seeing good old Iceman with his lovely Ice Dragon and Chakram. A very deadly and unfortunate set. A zoner set, in my opinion. I love seeing the Siki out here. Siki's such a good arm, and it's paired wonderfully with that Slapamander? Or Slap. It's Slap. I remember. I haven't been out of the scene for that long. I have been out of the scene for that long. But I remember that Slap. I promise you. Iceman currently does have Rush online. Most likely we'll save it for the next round if he's able to knock down Yoshi. Ooh. Good knockdown of an arm on Yoshi's part. And Yoshi's gonna get hit with a little bit of a dragon. Yoshi's able to dodge, trying to go for a grab, and able to go for it. Gets another slap in against Iceman. Going over the Dragon Beam yet again. Unfortunately, he lost his partner, Bark, and his life. Iceman takes the round and going into the next round with Rush. Oh, we're seeing the Sparky now. And Thought Iceman was gonna miss that rush. I did not. Got 305 like Pitbull. Don't know if that's universal reference, but we're gonna go with it. Good stun and grab. Trampoline is a little bit damaged, so we might be able to see that this game. Another stun and grab. This is the lovely deadly combo that Iceman brings forth every time. And it is not fun. Oh, is that a perfect? That is a perfect. Our first perfect for COTEU. How interesting. Good games, you two. Good game. Make sure. We're gonna lose sparring and via. E-Band 3, Band 3. This is COTEU. Remember, we got 2 extra stages. We got 2 extra. And we're losing Buster. Are we gonna see one of my added stages? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? We shall see. Yoshi started strong though. No, Yoshi started amazingly. We're going Spring. Actually, that's gonna be a really good stage. I think that's a good counter. It's still a tight stage. And that's not exactly a easy stage to go into. But I feel like, given how well last round went, I think this could be very good for him. I wonder if we're going to see the Megawatt from Yoshi. I think Megawatt actually would be a good counter. Could be a good knockdown. It is a slow arm, but there's a good thing about heavies. It's just a giant shield that does more damage at the end of the day. And it's a good solid stun arm. And I think with the evasiveness of Min Min, well, yes, it would be difficult. If hit right, it could do wonders. Good knockdown on Yoshi's part right there. The springboards might go to his advantage. Not for him going on it, but from Iceman going on it. Get a good juggle in there. Hopefully we'll see some Yabukis, if we're lucky. Both players currently do have rush. Iceman is in the lead. Solid hit with the Seiki. Gotta be very careful with those jumping Min-Mins. They're like flies, you gotta swat them out. That's why you got the Slap Commander. Good knockdown again. Iceman's making the mistake of going on the stings, the springboards a little too much. Not gonna get a bounce and not gonna be able to get a Yabuki. I don't know if that was a glitch. I am streaming from North America, so there might be some lag. You guys might see something different. Iceman will take that round. No players will be using rush or going into the next round with rush. The Sparky is always a little bit scary. We're gonna see a Dragon Arm Sparky. And Yoshi go into a rush. 175, 180. Not gonna get the full rush. We'll get an extra 180. Give him a little bit of a lead. That Seiki is always terrifying. Just for the simple fact that if it's hit while charged and it's not out there, you're screwed. I feel like Iceman's gonna try to go for a Yabuki right now. And this might be the opportunity close enough to the springboard, and he's gonna go for rush, but will not be able to get it. But Iceman will hit the dog. Poor Bark. He's just being a good friend. He's being a man's best friend right here. And Iceman's saying, no, you're not allowed. Iceman will take that game, take that set, and move forward. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know how that missed. Good games, you two. So you know what this means. We're gonna riff on Penzone here. We're gonna have losers continue. Losers bracket continue. So let me summon these two. Whoever comes in here first, of course. And I will ask for losers to continue. I cannot update scores for some reason because Challenge is choosing not to talk to me, but that's okay. Let me... Thank you. I'm gonna have Iceman and Raz hold off. Ice and Raz hold off. And let me get the loot. Yoshi, Eloria. There we go. We got Penzo in here first. Stop opening the wrong file era. That would be very appreciated if you stopped opening the wrong file. Gonna get a ban off of Mausoleum. Now, if I recall correctly, Penzo plays literally everyone. So, but I remember a long time ago there was a Kid Cobra in there. I kinda want to see a Kid Cobra. We're going to Buster. Kinda want to see a Kid Cobra, personally. I would also like it for the names to, like, line up wonderfully. Totally not my first time using a scoreboard, am I right, guys? We're sick! Wait, I forgot to get a mummy. When did he get a mummy? Penzo's classic Cobra. And Rifa's mummy that I forgot existed. That clapback, of course, is not going to be fun with those bullets coming at it. Rifa's going to play a little bit safer since those bullets will be coming back, but since he is the mummy man himself, there is going to be not as many issues, especially if those bullets are not charged, and he plays a decent amount of distance. Penzo is off to a solid start right now, though, with a grab in the beginning, and Rifa hurting himself with a charged shot. Penzo putting the decent amount of pressure, as one should when you're playing clapback Cobra. And Rifa's just kind of damaging himself, which happens, but luckily he's mummy, and you know what that means? You can just heal. And Rifa now has rush, so you can also knock down. You know it's bad. Wait! Wait! I'm sorry. He offed himself. Rifa just offed himself. Smart call, switching to Dragon, in my opinion. Those little shots are not gonna do good with the revolver. Sorry, that was retorture. Pento's gonna go for the rush, and it's gonna land with 295. Rifa does have rush online, so Pento still has to play a bit safe, and could not play safe enough. Unfortunately, 365 damage with that dragon buff combo. We're gonna see a good combination. That shield arm is doing Penzo wonders, though. Even if it's a little bit of chit damage from Rifa just bonking it. Damage is damage, and Rifa is gonna take that round. Yeah, the revolver bullet? Again, there's a reason why there's an emote of clapback that says no you. The popper. The popper. Come on, Penzo. You gotta go with the popper. You gotta be classic. It is gonna be a bit harder. Those shots are gonna be a bit harder to land, given that it is a light arm. But if landed correctly against a mummy, light arms are really good against mummy. He's just gotta go around. Good solid grab, knocking down Rifa and making it even damage, even health. Penzo is able to not avoid most of the rush, only get 100 damage done to himself, and is slowly building up rush of his own. Though is gonna get knocked down by a charged dragon again and again. That dragon is very good at capturing those Cobra movements. You can slide under it, but he's got to be very careful. Penzo is currently in the red. Has a bit of work to catch up on. Trying to sneak around and corner Rifa, but this is Big Boy Mummy. You don't just corner Big Boy Mummy. Penzo is able to get some shots in. Gotta play it extra safe to secure this win. Rifa's gonna get hit by his own arms yet again and do some lovely mummy shields. Some little 10 health healing. Very safe. And unfortunately cannot play safe enough. Rifa will take that win for round 1. Okay, we're gonna lose Sparring, Mazo, and Buster. Do not put on Cinema. By the way, if anyone wants to play in Snake Park, I'm all for it. I'm not gonna be against it. Hell, I want to see it. I want to see Snake Park. Oh my gosh, that revolver bullet was freaking hilarious. I wonder who we're gonna see from Penzo. Or from Rifa. I wonder. Rules, right? The cool thing about my tournament is that no arms or character changes need to be announced. You guys exchange. So, we shall see. Hell, I don't even know what's happening. I'm blind. And I have glasses, so I'm double blind. I'm extra blind. We're going to Via. I don't know if this means anyone's changing. I don't know if this means anything, but we shall see. We're getting a change from Penzo. And that is Mechanica. I didn't even know he had a Mechanica, but he pleads everyone. Lockjaw! And Rifa's arms are different! What? Okay, wait, I like this. I like this. This is beautiful. Clean grab from Penzo. You get the Roaster Chakram combo. A very safe and good heavy combo. And it's funny that, you know, that's right. I don't think Rifa had any knockdown arms. Penzo's gonna activate Rush. Unable to land anything though. We'll get some chip damage and damage to some of the arms. It's gonna be very hard for Rifa to be knocking down Mechanica, heavy versus heavy. Especially given that the last game, Rifa was fighting a Kid Cobra. That Lockjaw Rush is dangerous, 350 damage. I've seen people go over 400 with that thing. Penzo slowly getting chip damage done from that dangerous little arm that people love, Scully. And Rifa's gonna take that game. That round. Oh, we get the little Scorpio! That's one of my favorite arms because it's so stupid. I did not know I know Penzo played everyone, but I didn't know he had a mech either. I guess that's what it means when he plays everyone. I love seeing Scorpio. It's such a weird little arm. When used right, it's beautiful. Penzo's gonna activate Rush. 415, showing the power of that Lockjaw. And Rifa's gonna counter with his 320 Rush. And gonna start building up that lovely little chip damage from the double poison damage. Nibbles, right? It's Nibbles. So cute. Oh, good grab. And that is the dangerous mummy grab that I thought I missed this game. To me, this is all like reminiscing. This is just insane to be watching and playing this game again. Oh, who's gonna win? No one wins that rush exchange. No one wins that rush exchange. Rifa had enough time to block. Penzo needs to be a bit more careful. Well, yes, it is chip damage. Damage is still damage. And you are in the red, and you're on Magic Pixel. Any more hits on Penzo, that'll be game over. And it will be a hit from the Scully. It was a Skull. Wait, Nibbles took the last hit. Nibbles killed Penzo. It happens. Great games, you two. So you know what this means? You know what this means? You're gonna get Raz. And Ice. Get on in here. And whoever goes in first, I get to change the name. So, I gotta see who comes in first. We got Iceman. And... I love this. Alright. So where do you all want to go to? What are you two feeling? Doesn't Iceman have a secondary? I feel like I remember Iceman having a secondary. Nibbles killed Benzo. Yeah. Can someone confirm the Iceman has a secondary? I'm pretty sure I remember this. I'm more so saying this because I'm pretty sure he has one. And I'm a little curious if we're going to see it. Does no one like DNA Labs? That's right! It was Ribbon! It was Ribbon! And we get to see the Ribbon! Oh shit. Wait, am I allowed to curse here? Am I allowed to curse here? I should have asked that. My bad. I haven't been around. The Ribbon Bomber. That's right. It's horrible. It will be good against Twin Tail, that's for sure. Any bomb arms, any explosive is really any Twin Tail's demise. I love seeing that combination. It's such a solid counter. Tri-Blast, right? I mean, that's why most people counter which Twin Tail with Tri-Blast grenade. But the Seeky, just the explosiveness of it. That extra little bit of damage. Oh gosh. And as you can see, it is doing wonders. Raz is getting these grabs time and time again. It's beautiful. I love how Raz is able to get these grabs. It's his timing. It's beautiful. Oh! I'm sorry. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting the Seeky to explode. That's horrible. It's pretty much even right now. And killed by his own nade. The Ribbon Bomber goes down. We're getting a switch from Seeking to Tri-Blast. That will be again, Hydra is a good counter against the Tri-Blast. It's gonna go against each other. We are not gonna see a full rush right there. If anything, these two are very even skill-wise. And while, yeah, I'm very familiar with the aggressiveness of that Ribbon Bomber, Raz is very patient and is really good with these counters. Iceman is slowly building up rush. Unable to get a grab in, but will get a good explosive shot from those charge hits. Unable to avoid that. And as y'all know, if there's a charge explosive and you try to activate rush, you're gonna probably get out of rush and waste it and lose it. Lucky Raz has a round above Iceman, so even if he does lose this match, he still has round for next rush. Rush for next round. It's one of those days. I was muted for most of a match earlier. It's okay, I promise. And Iceman is taking the round. I can speak English very well, I promise. Are we gonna see the coolering? No, we're not gonna see the coolering. I actually think coolering might be a good counter. I think it'll do actually really well in Raz's favor. Might be a good, like, because all these arms are all going forward. They're direct shots. I think, as we've seen before in the previous match with Raz against Eloria, that freaking coolering just kept going around and shocking them. So it's just another obstacle overall. I think that coolering will be a great counter, but we shall see how Raz handles himself here. Both players currently have rush and just kind of just blocking each other and countering each of their moves. Not too many hits being done, though Raz will get knocked down by an explosive. Iceman is just slowly chipping away at Raz. A very wonderful and scary thing. Raz is going to be activating Rush. Not going to get the full thing, but 220 damage. Hey, man. Can't complain. Good knockdown on him. Oh, we're finally getting damage on the Mausoleum. Again, Iceman's not able to get a full rush here. I don't know if it's the closeness of the ring or being too close to the Twintel, but he can't get it. 17 seconds left on the clock. Raz now has rush. Could possibly close this out, but if he plays very carefully, has to time this rush, has to time a grab, has to time a hit. Gets a good grab, but that's not going to be enough. And that's going to be Iceman's win right there. Very close and intense match. Well done. We're going to see, we're going to be losing Spartan, Buster, and Via. And we're staying in Mausoleum. Alright. Gotta redeem yourself somehow. Make my job easier. I don't gotta switch stages. Oh! The Popper. Actually, wait. The Popper is actually a better counter. It's gonna be a better counter against a Tri-Blast. But it is still big enough that it's gonna be able to cover a hopping ribbon. And while, yes, Iceman is pretty grounded in my opinion for a ribbon, still big enough range. It's a perfect, it's a better counter. That Seiki is obviously gonna be a bit of an issue. But if Iceman chooses to switch, we got a counter. We got a very good counter. We're just seeing a simple exchanging of blows. Raz with a good health lead right now. As I say that, he eats a nade. Raz with a health not lead. I love that both these players have rush. They're very careful and calculating when they use rush. You can't just throw it out willy-nilly. Good solid grab. Again, the grabs from Raz. I don't know why, but it's just the timing is so beautiful. And a block on a rush. Gets knocked down by a Seiki. These players are pretty close in health and skill. It's beautiful. With 25 seconds left on the clock, it's truly anyone's game right here. Raz unable to land his rush, but luckily avoiding a Seiki and able to knock down a little Ruby Girl. They just gotta play it safe. Raz is unable to avoid the rush and now be Iceman's win. Got 2 more rounds to possibly redeem himself. No changes from either player here. I truly believe that coolering could help out Raz a lot. But it is also safe. I mean, that is a very close game. Iceman's gonna be a bit careful. Raz does have rush, and he's gonna activate it, doing a little bit of juggle. Not gonna land too much with the roaster, but get 165. Just a little bit over one of his lovely grabs. Again, that explosive damage, that little bit of chip damage that Raz is getting against Iceman, and another grab. It's really helping him here. He has a good amount of pressure against that little ribbon girl. And he's going to get knocked down by a charged Seiki, unfortunately. Good blocks and able to move forward. Iceman is very deep into red, but does have rush. Most likely will want to save it for next round. Good solid hit. Mazio floor is damaged. We might be able to see a trampoline out soon. If anything happens. But they've been very careful not to land on that. We are seeing a switch from the Seiki to the Tri-Blast. Another beautiful grab. I don't know if that would be to his advantage or not. Seeing 333 damage, and we got the trampoline out. We're gonna see a little bit more hopping. More stop. I don't know. We're seeing a lot of hopping. 325 damage. Actually, the trampoline might be to Raz's advantage, if anything. Be able to catch Iceman off a little bit more when you're up in the air. Iceman is yet again in the red. Just an exchange of explosions and blows, and both players get rushed basically at the same time. It's up to who really wants it first. Raz is going to activate it, and it's going to land, allowing him to take this round. Beautiful game from you two. And Raz is going to very quickly plug in his controller. My god. I love seeing this. Alright, we're going to see Spring Stadium, DNA, and you guys just don't like the stages I like. I feel like... Let's see where we end up. I feel like Iceman might want to stay in Mazo. We're gonna go to Ribbon Ring. I lied. I was just trying to trick you guys. I was just saying that to, like, fool y'all. I knew Iceman wanted to go to Ribbon Ring, totally. Yeah, I just deep down. Deep down, I know he wanted to go to Ribbon Ring. We're mostly going to see his Min. That stage is nice and big. I was right. Need and Chakram. I do like seeing the Min out. I love seeing the Dragon Arm Min. But this is an Iceman's classic. I'm not familiar with this one. The nade is so smart. Keeping that explosive arm out there, good move. And the switch to the Cooler Ring, finally. I love seeing Raz's Cooler Ring. It can do quite a lot because it does catch people off guard. And those curve arms are so dangerous. Because you're so focused on trying to avoid the glove. You're so focused on trying to go for what's in front of you. You forget what's to the side. Those direct hits do a lot of damage, but that frozen shot, that all of a sudden coming from the side, dangerous as hell. I love seeing it out here, especially on a stage like Ribbon Ring. These players got a good amount of space, got so much space to fight each other. And they're so even in skill. Iceman is going to take that match. We're going to see how Raz is going to counter this for the next round. No changes from either player right now. And I do love seeing just this. This is why I made COTE. This is why I made COTEU. Love seeing these stages out and about. Because they weren't that popular back then. I don't know how things are now, but it's still fun to see these come around. Raz is going to be able to counter and bring out his rush. Going to do 390 damage, nearly 400 damage. Solid rush. Gets frozen and able to block a grab. Iceman having the charged Dragon Arm nade. Never a fun deal to deal with. Dragon Arm nade has always scared me. Not just as a Min player. As an actual Min player who has attempted it. It is very risky. Fighting it? Yes, that's terrifying. A giant 5-girth arm grenade coming at you, exploding every single hit. Horrible. But as a Min player who got clipped often? That wasn't it. Trust me. No changes from either player. Both basically ready to go and get a move on. Gosh. Solid grab yet again. And another one. Raz has a good amount of pressure and is able to activate Rush. Not going to get a full solid one there. 215 damage. Not going to be able to get a knockdown with the hopping Min. Iceman's able to finally get himself out of that corner. Try to get away from Raz. Put some space. Especially with the arms with that he has. As a zoner, you got to keep that up. Raz has figured out Iceman's deal very quickly with 50 seconds left. And now gonna have Rush online. It's up to him to finish it off, especially since Iceman is very much in the red. Iceman playing it safe, keeping that distance and not allowing Raz to get close. Best way to play. Just chipping very slowly but surely, and it's working out perfectly. Now both players currently in the red. It is very, very close right here. Either one of them just needs to activate Rush, and if it lands, and that'll be it. And Iceman gets to hit. And wins that exchange. Oh my god. Very well done, guys. Well, you know what this means. Iceman, you better not leave this arena. You better not leave this arena. That was a beautiful match for both of y'all. Rifa, get your butt in here. It's time for a best of 5. Yeah, that is the one downside to Ribbon Ring is that the blocks kind of you know get in the way. That is Yam. Hi Yam. I'm sorry, I interrupted my thought. Hi. God, I feel like a fangirl does everything. I recognize you. I know you. We fought. But anyways. Yeah, that is the one unfortunate downside of Ribbon Wing is the lovely little blocks. But that's okay. Where's Rifa? I need this man in here. I know you should be coming. There we go. There he is. And just a little update on losers bracket. Eloria went 2-0 over Yoshi, Bowser, and Pencil went 2-1 on Eloria. Raz is now fighting Pepe. Hoping I'm saying that right still. No one has told me if I am saying it wrong. But we are moving on from that. We're seeing a ban on DNA, Sparring, and Mazo. Does this mean we're gonna go to Buster? We're going Buster. You know, one could hope. Oh yeah, this is a best of 5, by the way. Hope these two know that. Sorry, I had to upload that. Oh yeah, no problem, Penzo. Actually, shout out to Rifa. Rifa's the one who reached out to me and is like, hey, we're about to hit 100. Wanna help? I'm like, yeah. I'm just here. I'm very thankful for Rifa for reaching out to me and asking me to join in on this lovely event. I'm really happy that I was able to come out here. I requested a day off work, I'm not gonna lie. And, yeah. You know, it's just a week of 100. We got, Ohio Arms handling their 100th tournament this week. And you guys handling the 100th one, this Sunday. It's just very, very exciting. Just like this match right here. Rifa with the Helix, the Explosive Helix, the Lockjaw Helix, 395 damage, putting Iceman in very deep into red with 25 seconds left remaining and getting that final hit in. But yeah, if there's anyone you think it's Rifa, and I'm just happy to be here and join you guys in this lovely event. Cause, you know, I miss this. I actually do really miss this and being here again. So, it's an honor. But anyways, hello. Let's move on from that to fun games. It's unfortunate to see the Lockjaw be gone, given how well it worked out last game. But, I'm a sucker for Boomerang. Good, solid grab. Love seeing this raspberry slime come towards this ramen girl right here. Unable to get the grab. Rifa is going to be able to activate Rush once again to get 290 damage. Not going to get a full Rush. Again, with Wind Rushes, it's very difficult to get that weird 1-2 to get that combination. You can't send out both arms at the same time. You got to start off with one arm, which I think would better be the Boomerang, and then send out the Popper to get that lovely little combo. It really depends on the person, though. Everyone finds their groove. Some people get lucky with the rushes, some people don't. Again, when you're in battle, the heat of the moment, you kind of forget. Iceman not going to be able to get a grab there. Now is able to get a grab, putting Rifa on the edge of the red. Iceman's able to activate Rush and take that round. Oh, thank you, Yoshi. Again, it's an honor to be here, and I'm glad that you guys were able to make it out. It's always wonderful to interact with the EU community. Rifa continuing with Rush. Gonna get a good mix-up. Gonna get a solid mix of 370 damage. God, I'm sorry. I'm sick through this. I feel like my voice could be louder. Ooh. I love this combination of arms. Iceman has always been terrifying to me. In a respectful way. Let me emphasize that. In a respectful way. Just when someone knows how to use Dragon Arm to the extent that Iceman does, and is able to combine that very clean with a Sparky, a very slow arm, that's a little spooky, if you don't mind me saying. Rifa's gonna take that round. We're gonna move on. We're seeing a ban on Scrap, Mazo, and DNA. We're going back to Ribbon! I hate how excited I get when we go for one of my stages. Because it's so unusual. Is Rifa just going to play 5 different characters? I mean, he can. It's not against the rules. He can do whatever he wants here. That's what I like about my tournament. You don't need to do any, like, you gotta stick with the same character. No, no, no. You can play whatever the heck you want. I don't care. But I want to see Rifa play 5 different characters. That'd be funny. And confusing, but it'd be funny. I like that Iceman never plays Ribbon or Ribbon Ring. Who knows, maybe that could change. It is a very solid and good set against this Mechanica though. That's the thing. Your sets, when you're making your arm sets, you gotta try to make them universal. You gotta make sure that you can use them in any scenario. If you're someone who has one solid set and doesn't mix it up, master it and see if you can make it a universal set. Make it seem like it can work with not just your character, but maybe just any character you fight. And that's what I love about Iceman sets, is that it's universal. It's good against heavy. It's good against fast characters. It's just overall a very solid set. So when someone says that's a solid set and then they use it consistently, they're not just, it's not just a solid set, it's also a set that this person has mastered. And Iceman has mastered this set. And what? How long has this game been out? How long has this set of Icemans existed? Oh! They both activate Rush. It's gonna be a little bit of exchange. Iceman gets 315 over Rifa. I do like seeing the ice mech here though. Mech ice. Rifa's an ice machine. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know where I was going with that. I love that exchange of Rush. Iceman is going to get the grab there. This very much was to Iceman's advantage. The zoning of the stage, the slowness of mech. We might see a faster character from Rifa, or just a smaller stage overall, because this Rifa set seems a bit more aggressive and less of a zoning. Rifa is going to take that round though. I do like seeing this Kablammer. Iceman's going to take advantage of the fact that his rush could not land and get Dragon, get another grab, get Dragon yet again, and just put on an insane amount of pressure against this poor Kablammer mech. Kablammer's an interesting choice. It's good to knock down those arms and knock down those blocks that Ribbon Ring is so famous for. But again, as I was saying about the counter, you can just change up your playstyle and get up close and personal with a giant freaking Sparky and knock it down. Rifa is putting on the pressure, trying to get close. Get rid of this flying Min-Min with a freaking dragon. And try to avoid those charged dragon shots. Make sure you don't get frozen. And Elorion, what the heck? Iceman. Iceman takes this game. Guys, I apologize. I know they're different. Alright, let's see where we're going. Iceman is banning Sparring, Buster, and Mazo. Rifa is most likely choosing his next character. We're going to Via. I have a feeling we're going to see his mummy. I have a very good feeling we're going to see his mummy. I was very wrong. By the way, up next we're going to see Raz versus Penso. So that'll be a very fun match to witness. I was very wrong. And I need to switch the stream overlay. My bad. Oh no. Oh no, I'm having flashbacks to Radio. If y'all remember Radio, he basically mastered Lockjaw and Min Min, and that was horrible to fight. Oh, beautiful combination. 405 damage. Oh, so much pressure. That Lockjaw is just terrifying. And the combination of a Wind Arm, you can get good combinations there. Good, solid combos, good hits. It's a beautiful set. Yeah, Yoshi, you remember Radio. I miss him. Rifa will take that set, or should I say Rifa-O. That joke wasn't gonna land no matter what I did. There was no amount of cadence. There's no amount of like ways to set that up. Rifa-O was not gonna work. Or Rafa? Radia? There's no combination of the names that work. They're too close. I think A is gonna go for a rush. Unable to land it though. The pressure of it, in my opinion, playing the stage as Min Min can't go either way. This stage could be absolutely amazing for Min Min, or absolutely terrifying. It depends on the playstyle. It depends on the player. Riff-Radio, maybe. It's like some weird fusion of the two. We're going to Riveter again. Okay, okay. A little odd, but we'll go for it. Again, I would love for Rifa to be playing different character. What? Hello? Did you two plan this? Hey, National Ribbon Ring Day. That's fine by me. It'd be great if someone wants to play in Temple. Not biased at all. Anyways, well, this isn't Temple Tantrum, but it's not like it's my favorite stage. But anyways, actually, we have fought in almost every single stage, except we're missing Sparring Ring, Temple Grounds, DNA Lab, and Scrapyard. We're missing some stages, but that's okay. I love seeing the Doubletron. Funny, good thing Rifa told me that Iceman brings out an occasional Tron. I don't know if this is like Iceman's last resort or something. I don't know too much about the Tron deal. I just know with Rifa's deal, I don't know. I just know that he just wanted to play more characters than he did. I did not know he had a Tron. I didn't know he had a mech. I don't know about the money. I don't know about the money. No one told me anything. I just said, hey, let's stream a tournament. Like, hell yeah, let's do it. Iceman won that round. I'm being like thrown like out of loop. Doesn't Rifa also have a Cobra? Can someone answer me that? Can someone answer me that? By the way, I love the classic. You can't go wrong with Tri-Blast Boomerang. It is one of the best default sets out there. I think, in my opinion, the best default sets are either Twin Tail or... They play everyone? All Germans have a Cobra. Is that racist? Is that a stereotype I'm hearing, Raz? Wait, who else is German? And who else is German in the community? Wait, I need to know this. This is now vital information. Who cares that it's Winners Finals? Who else is German? But anyways, as I was saying... God, Tron can be very scary when played right. Penzo, you, and Rafa. That's hilarious. Now will we ever see Rifa's Ninjara? That is the question. Since he's just cycling through everyone right now. It is very even, and Rifa is going to be able to take this round if he manages just to stay away from Iceman. Or get a nice clean grab and take it right as the clock hits 0. He has a coil? Is there another stereotype that all Germans have a coil? Do all Germans have a coil? Is this another one? Or am I just assuming things? Okay. Okay, I'm just assuming things. Got it. This is gonna go on YouTube. I just remembered this now. Oh god. Beautiful rush from Rifa. Oh, dear god. It's a good exchange of blows right here. The thing is, they're both very evenly matched with Tron. I don't really see double Tron too often. Half of the winners finally have to be muted for technical issues. You can't even hear game audio. It's just no audio at all. Everyone say hi, YouTube. And Rifa will take winners finals. 3-1. Beautiful set, guys. I apologize for not commentating over it for technical reasons. Anyways, we're gonna get Raz and Penzo up in here. Raz, can I ask, what's the meaning of your Switch name? Is there a meaning behind that? Okay, you guys already banned. Alright, got it. We're first gonna see this and be like, Era, what happened? Oh dear. Technically, I have a Cobra. Okay. And you are technically German, so it evens out. You don't like using top tiers. Valid. Pencil support, pencil support, pencil support. Oh my gosh. I'm sensing bias. Is this because of the German comment? Is this why you guys are playing Cobra? Are you guys trying to prove something? Oh, we're getting double clap and nibbles and blorb. Wait, wasn't Raz a part of like the blorb supremacy movement or something? Wasn't there a whole thing on that? How come this is the first time Raz is actually using freaking blorb? What's up with that? You can use blorb on Twintel. Twintel's beautiful. It works. Twintel and blorb works great. I would know. I have a blorb set. I don't remember it, but I have a blorb set. Rifa states, I have not rooted for any of that. What? Do you have an issue with double clapback? And nibbles and blorb? If there's anything that's more viable, it's nibbles and blorb. It's better than double shield, in my opinion. Wait, I'm a commentator. I can't have biases. Well, you know what? Screw it. I do have biases. Why is no one playing on the Temple Grounds? Raz takes round 1. Rifa, is this more acceptable? Is this more acceptable for you? We're getting a switch from Nade to Nade and Popper. Is this a more viable set? Both players do currently have Rush right now. Oh my gosh. Unable to get a grab. I thought that grab would have landed. Of course I love Popper Cobra. But it's not Popper Clapback, it's Popper Nade. It's even worse. Commentators can't have biases. Ugh. I haven't done this in almost a year. Oh dear. Oh, I thought that was gonna land. Ooh, good knockdown, Pento. Solid knockdown from that rush. The trampoline came out a lot earlier. This is probably the quickest trampoline came out this whole game, this whole stream. Good solid knockdown on Raz's part. That Blorb does a little bit of extra damage. Pento currently in the red. Is he gonna lose to a Blorb Cobra? No. Because Pento said screw that. I'm not gonna lose to Nibbles, and now he's gonna jump on a trampoline out of joy. Because you know what? He's Penzo. And I realize his name is not censored, so don't mind the moving name. Don't mind the other moving name either. It is not moving. Don't mind the other moving name either. By the way, this is a best of 3. I realize I should say that. Penzo said, yeah, that last set worked really well, but let me go back to double clapback, because you know what, screw this, man. You know, he rushed dinner to make it in time to be able to join us and stream. He has the right to go double clapback. I would say, hey, so far Raz hasn't been hit, but Penzo's like, I want a hug, so you know what? It worked out. In Penzo's favor. 40 seconds left on the clock. Let's see how Penzo's able to close the gap. Good job with a juggle. 340 damage on that rush. And unable to avoid that rush and gets hit with 360 damage. Killed by a Blorb and Nibbles. First round goes to Reyes. Oh great, Landy also has a cover. Stereotypes, y'all. I don't know what stereotypes are. It really is. Are there any more Germans in the community, even if they're old ones? Think all the way back to 2017 if there's any more Germans. Go back in the depths of your mind. And if you rearrange the letters of Mechanica, you can spell Kid Cobra. Alright, running on a scrapyard. Where's Scrapyard? Sorry. Raptor and some Max Rush. Try these. Thank God it's not all Germans then. It's most Germans. Oh, we got a springy boy. We got a little springy boy. Get some spring into stuff. I honestly forgot Springman was a character. He may be on the cover, but I forgot he's a character. Who are we missing from that? I have not seen a single max brass, and I also need to change the thing, because that's something you need to do as a streamer. Yep. Yep, overlay. I got it. My bad. It's not too often you see a Springman with a dragon arm. But it's also Penzo. And Penzo's Penzo. And Penzo is Penzo. You guys got it. We got comeback kid mode and no pillars in Scrapyard. I think Scrapyard is an amazing stage. It's not really one that you see too many Springmen end up being in. Pencil will take that round. Penzo's Penzo. Yeah. J Kitty Cat gets it. Kit Kat gets it. This is a Penzo original? I love it. I love seeing Revolver out. I would not think it would pair well with Dragon, but it is a good combination. I think, in my opinion, Revolver and Retorture are solid counters against Kid Cobras. I think the spread of the arms, especially when you're like doing a little sidestep, can be wonderful against that freaking Cobra dash. And it's working well for Penzo. The Dragon Arm, unfortunately, is mainly sitting there because he's too close to Nibbles and the Blorb. I feel like that'd be a movie in arms. Nibbles and the Blorb. Solid rush, 360 damage. Basically about even in both parties. I say that. And now it's basically about even in both parties. Penzo should be able to close this out pretty solidly. Just gotta be very careful with the Blorb, and Nibbles came out and said, "No! I wanna win!" Honestly, Penzo switching Dragon for Coolerang, that's not a bad idea. That switch could really save him. And I think it will save him. Especially since with how aggressive Raz is. And how up close... Oh, beautiful rush cancel. With how up close and personal, you can't use Dragon Knuckles. I mean, you can. It's not gonna do much, but you can. You know, honestly, I never thought Blorb and Scorpio would be a really good combination, but it's going very well for him. Especially as a Cobra. That's gonna be a knockdown. Magic Pixel! Playing it safe. Penzo nearly has rush. Raz almost has rush. Gotta play it extremely safe not to get hit at all. Especially with a curve arm. Gotta avoid a rush. Activate his own. Is he gonna take it? He's not gonna be able to get the juggle. And we'll get hit with a Blorb at the end. And that will be the end of Losers Round 4. Amazing game, guys. That was really freaking close. That was really freaking close. Wow. Well, you know what this means. Can't say every German has a KC and then not play KC at least once. Yeah, I guess so. Stop. Alright, Iceman. I need... Oh, gosh. The Revolver Rush. Yeah, that Revolver Rush is dangerous. I think it was his angle. The angle that he was at. I think that's what happened. He said to the Blorb, Nibbles Casey. Best of 5, you two. Best of 5. this means anything. Seeding doesn't seem so bad now. Oh gosh. Time for revenge, it's a little concerning. Gonna lose sparring ring. Gonna lose DNA and temple. Y'all hate the fun stages. We're gonna go to Mazo. Watch I say that, and then we're gonna go to Buster. Yep. Wait, I have a sincere question. Who here, like, actually likes big stages? Y'all like the small ones, except Ribbon Ring. Like, this is a sincere question. Also, so you guys were serious about Iceman playing everyone? You guys were serious about Iceman also playing. I did not know he had this. This is new to me. I know I've been out of the loop for a good while, but I didn't know it was that much of a while. I do appreciate... Oh! Wait! I didn't even notice that! That's cute! That's hella cute! Oh, that's cute! I love that! Wait, what was his third arm? I was setting up the effect as his losers finals. What? It's awesome! Rifa, what's your favorite big stage? The heavy Misango. I honestly prefer it. See, you got good taste, Rifa. How come we haven't fought there? No bias, of course. Heavy bias, of course. Both players going in with the... They both have Russia right now. I guess with the other characters, I like other stages more. But as in Charm, Sango, Temple is great. Yes! Yes, Temple is amazing. I think, obviously it is very character dependent. Again! Okay, has Raz always been solid with his grabs? Is it just me that I find his grabs like absolutely incredible? Because he lands them very well. I don't think I've seen such consistency in grabs in a while. Like, what is that? That's disgusting in a good way. But that's disgusting. In a good way. You know what I mean? We're gonna ban DNA Temple in Spring Stadium. We're gonna go to Ribbon Ring. Honestly, that's fine by me. Because I'm the TO, I have to go with it. Again, we're still missing DNA, Temple. Actually, yeah, we're just missing DNA and Temple. Oh, this is what you mean by JK. I feel like we're just gonna see every character. That'd be amazing if we saw every character. This is a classic. This is a callback. I need to change the overlay. Don't yell at me, Rifa. I got this. Don't fire me. I'm doing my best, man. I'm sick. So did Raz just drop the coil or something? Thank you. Because he did have a coil, right? I'm loving the twin tail though. Thank you for letting it slide, sir. I promise it won't happen again. Just, if it happens again, no it didn't. What are you talking about? Oh, that's a clean rush. I love this combination. JK always had a good combination. He has a very good B&B. I find B&B... Raz doesn't have a... Didn't Raz play another character? Like, I don't remember Twin Tail being his main. I thought Raz played someone else. At this point, Ice has everyone. Cobra. Oh. Really? Really? Man, I think my memory is just bad. For some reason I thought he had a coil. I love his twin tail though. You could tell he's had a lot of time with her, and it's very nice. It reminds me of That's why we said every German has a cobra. It kind of reminds me of Hanukkah. Or maybe my memory is bad. Who knows? Point is, his twin tail is very nice. I think around the time I left. No, the reason why I just said really. The reason I said really is because I swear he had a coil. I swear. Or he had a different character, I promise you. I don't remember this. They're staying. They're not changing anything. They want to fight the same stage. Come on, y'all. Set up. Get ready. Look, Riff, I changed. Oh! Maybe. Maybe. That's always a possibility. I honestly didn't know Raz was German until this stream, so I don't know. I knew you were German, but that was it. I'm learning these things as I go along. I also knew Rafa was German. I didn't know Penta was German. Yeah. I think Iloria's Italian. So I'm just kind of going through it right now. Don't worry about it. Anyways. There we go. Again, whenever I see an ice dragon, I of course think of... Iloria's French? Shit! Dang it! I'm sorry. Just change the colors a little bit. Same flag. I'm sorry. Yoshi. You are from a place that I am trying to remember. Isn't it like... It's a weird country. I don't mean to say weird country. Austria? Aren't you from, like, are you Austrian? The reason why I said weird is because you don't hear about Austria as much as Germany or Italy or France. So, I did good there. This is going on YouTube. Anyways, fun arm game. Iceman got it. Can he redeem himself? Can he do a reverse? Can he do a reverse 3-0? Can he do a reverse 3-0? Are we gonna see that? Are we gonna see that? We're gonna Mazo. Do these guys just like tiny stages? Rifa. I think what's more important is that I remembered, or I kind of guessed, that Yoshi is from Austria. Yeah, sure, Iceman won a match, but come on. Get your priorities straight. It's not all about art. It's about the members of the community. And we got Bomber Ribbon. That's funny. That's scary. I just remember this is a rematch from Winners Round 1. Round 2, I mean. Iceman did win over Raz 2-1. It was a very close. These guys are very freaking close in skill. It's a little concerning. Wow. How dare you accuse me of doing that? There's rules on Discord for the country? I'm serious. I actually don't know that. Is there... I know you... I'm serious. I just assumed that different colors, like, but like different regions of Europe, like how North Americans have like time zone. No, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know I am like North American, but I assume it's like the different regions, like time zones or something. Like I'm North American East, so it'd be NAE for me. So I thought it was like the same thing, but like Europe. Yeah. I never clicked on anyone's name there. But anyways, look, Iceman's doing pretty good right now. I like how he still manages to be a zoner in such a tight space. I mean, that's... You remember the countries by the colors. Oh man. Iceman timed out. When all coal remains are yellow, it's easy to get confused. Oh, Germany. Iceman's from the UK? He is about to reverse video here, and we're talking about countries. My bad. I'm a dumb American. He has a model. Oh, I'm learning so much. Oh, good juggle into rush. Rifa, you might have to eat your words. Because Raz could possibly take this back. We could see reverse Rio. I'm not doubting that, but... This is a very good game. And these two have got each other on lockdown. If Raz takes this, Rifa, you're gonna have to fight him. Final round, let's see who can win this. Iceman is going into this match with Rush and is going to activate it immediately. Going to be able to catch him. 260 damage done towards Raz. Iceman is very good at evading the Coolerang and knocking down that popper. I think the Coolerang would be better fitted against the minion over the Ribbon Girl personally. I feel like I might be contradicting myself because I might have said the opposite earlier. But possibly because I'm just looking at it, like, just really thinking about it, and given how Iceman is playing. Well, that's why the coloring is good. It's a solid. It's not a light arm. It's gonna go through, be able to go through that lovely little Tri-Blast that I very much despise. Iceman is putting a very good pressure. Amazing evasiveness on his part. Both players do currently have rush. Iceman is very good about chipping that down, that damage down, trying to go for a grab, unable to do it. Solid juggle on Raz's part there. And Iceman will take that match. We are going to the 5th round. 5th game. Stop turning dark. Same bands, which is Sparring, Buster, Via. We're going to the same stage, so nothing will be changing. Maybe we'll see a change in characters, a change in arms. No change in characters. No change in our. Didn't he have Boomerang last? Or did he always have Boomerang? I love seeing the. It was Coolering. Okay, so he switched it. He switched. Is Coolering slower than Boomerang? No, I actually don't know this. Because if it's speed he's going for, I mean, that is a smart move. Or maybe he wants to go for more combos, because if Charge Coolering, you just get the freeze. You can't really go for the win combos. And Raz was able to get a good amount of combos with the popper. So the 2 medium arms is going to help him a lot. And it's just blow through these sets. And look at this. He's doing wonderfully. Good counters, no risk of the light arm getting in the way and it being knocked down. And Raz takes that match. Takes that round. Both players are going into this match with Rush Online. Iceman will be switching out the Tri-Blast for a little bit of CP. And he's going to activate that Rush. Going to get a full solid 470 damage Rush towards Raz. That is not a fun thing to get hit with. That is why Bomber Ribbon is not fun. Iceman is bringing back the Thunder, saying, nah, I want to go fight Rifa. I want to fight Rifa. I want to win this thing. And Iceman is doing wonderful here against Raz. Raz is going to come up with a game plan to handle that Seeky Nade combo. It is 1-1. Final round. Unless they somehow both get a draw and we get a 4th round for this. Who knows? No change. Actually, wait, we're losing the Seeky. I don't know if Iceman was predicting a switch to the popper. Or maybe he likes the quickness, but the Seeky was doing him really well last round. Good knockdown on Raz's part. We see the activation of Rush. It's not going to be the full Rush, 250 damage. Alrighty. See a lot of hopping around. Raz does have Rush online. He might want to activate it soon. Maybe chip down. Or get the juggle. Not going to get the full thing, unfortunately. With that type of thing, you might want to start hitting with the roaster first, and then the little cooler boomerang, the rain. Iceman has a lot of ground to cover in order to bring it back. He is about to gain Rush though, but being in the red and getting hit by his own arms is not a good sign. And Raz will take losers finals and is going to be going up to face Rifa. Well done. That is not what I wanted to hit. That is not what... The stream's not ending. I misclicked. The stream is still going, I promise. Amazing. That was incredible. That was very close games. Honestly, I was expecting a reverse 3-0. That was extremely close. That was dangerous. Welcome back, Rifa. Top screen dark. Grand finals is next week. We're getting rid of Buster. Guys is gonna ban DNA and Temple, I'm guessing. And then we're gonna go to Mazo. Oh, we're using a ban of DNA and sparring. I was wrong. Is this my chance? Yeah! Rifa, I love you. Time to be a true German. Oh no! That's horrible. Oh god. Oh, I don't like that. He had to like time to be a true German. He had a Siki? I feel like every time I'm watching, it's like, he had a Siki? He had a Cobra? Oh gosh. I love this. I do love Siki and Cobra. Siki... I think Siki and Homie are... Sorry, that's a Homie. I was wrong. I'm colorblind, so... I think Siki and Homie are amazing arms. 370 damage. And a crap... Jesus. 170 damage. Are you sure you said you're German? I'm sorry, that's horrible. I love seeing this. This is a beautiful match. It's such unconventional arms in the North American community to see this out here. And I love it. It's beautiful seeing the Blorb and Nibbles out here. And I do enjoy seeing the Homie. I gotta stop confusing them. And Rifa will take a good hit from Nibbles. No changes from either player, both coming in very strong with Rush Online. We got one pillar left. That thing is not going to last long. Knowing these two, given that these pillars have not really been used for defense. It's more so like, get this out of the way. Is going to activate Rush. Going to get 315 damage. Going to get 395 damage. Good juggle with the Tri-Bolt. And the Homie. Seems like this is a pattern. I do love seeing the Cobras. If I'm unable to avoid this very catastrophic rush, 360 damage, beautifully done. Good knockdown. If a down does have rush, he most likely will want to save it if he's for next round, given how low he's able to avoid getting. As long as he is able to knock down Raz before Raz gets rush of his own, which Lord knows he might want to activate soon. Especially since he is in the kill percentage. Especially with that heavy arm. That lovely little heavy arm. known as Blorb, Rifa is able to block it and get a good amount of his shield damaged. The player's going to play very carefully, and Rifa will take that round. I hope the German Cobra player... You know what? I know. Look, I'm sorry, guys. I know I can't have biases. But I gotta agree with Yoshi here. I really want the German Cobra player to win, too. Go, you go, German Cobra. You go. That's really good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's really well done. Oh, gosh. Horrible. Good knockdown. I love seeing Tribal out and about. Sorry. I'm going to see activation of Rush. And Raz is going to take the first round of Grands. First set. First match. First game. Yes. I appreciate you guys allowing at least one game on Temple Grounds. It warms my heart so much. I appreciate it. It means the world to me. Yoshi, I hope that the German Cobra player that you were rooting for won for your sake. Right, he has a Lollipop. He has everyone. Why am I even surprised? Honestly? That's a good arm. That's a good arm. The Tribal is a very solid arm against Lollipop. I think any tri-arm is a good arm against Lola. But I don't know how Rifa plays as Lola. But I think the tri-arms are just good at catching her, especially when she does her little hoppity hop and she hops to the side. Very nice and bubbly. That's a good arm. That's a very good arm. I love seeing it out and about against the Lollipop. The Whammer. I think hammer arms are very good for Lollipop. If there's a heavy arm I would associate with Lola, it would be a Whammer. Maybe because she's a clown and it's like a toy. But I like that for Lola. Oh, beautiful grab. Stun grab. Solid job. This might be Rifa's comeback. Good activation of Rush. Unfortunately, it's going to not land. Unfortunately for Raz, Raz has a rush of his own. And unfortunately for Raz, Rifa doesn't give a damn. Hi, Rockman. There's a good amount of the community that still play. People play with whatever they want. We have competitive players that play motion, we have competitive players that play with controller or with Joy-Cons. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you play what's best for you at the end of the day. Motion is perfect. We still have a good amount of motion players. It's not as popular, but the motion players we have, you know, they're there. So as long as you enjoy it, then you're happy, that's what matters. Oh, I don't know how that missed. How'd that miss? That's impressive. I don't know how that missed. That's actually surprising. Rifa has beautiful pressure with Lollipop. I think Lollipop is very good with pressure. Like applying pressure, I mean. At least, like, everyone has different ways of playing characters, of course. Like, you could play Minion as a zoner, or you could be extremely pressure heavy to the point that you're suffocating. And I think Lollipop, like, in my opinion, yes, she is used as a zoner, like it's Twin 5-0. But, Hannah, for example, when I fight him, because he knows I'm weak to pressure, his pressure game is beautiful. Oh, they didn't go. And Rifa will take this this game. Yes. Cutting 1 win. Again, this is a best of 5. Rifa will be banning Scrap, Sparring, and Mausoleum. Where shall we go? Who knows? Temple! Oh, you guys are spoiling me. Aww. You guys make me feel loved. What is this? Oh, you guys are so sweet. Of course. We're gonna see an at-home advantage from Rifa right here. Playing with his lovely mango. I'm glad that we were able to see his mango. I remember his mango very well. It's horrifying. Ah! Shh. Don't tell Rifa, don't tell Rifa, don't tell Rifa. Don't tell Rifa. Anyways, Rifa's horrifying. He's a very solid mango, but it looks like Raz has a beautiful counter against this. The space is just right. Gotta taking advantage of the pillars is what I love about the stage. The pillars, the stage. It's just nice. Oh, again, his grabs. I don't remember them being this good. I don't know if that sounds like an insult. That's all I'm trying to say. It's just really clean grabs, and that's hard. Grabs are not. You're. It's scary because you're committing to something that you could very easily lose. Like nothing. That's why I find his grabs so impressive, because that's a risk. You could have a freaking megawatt coming at your face when you're going for those grabs, and you get stunned and you knock down. But he does it, and it works. Because the thing is, he does it at a time where you don't think about it. You know, you gotta be a bit more cautious. It's very well done. No one. Everyone. Oh wait, that would be Raz. Raz is the lower seed here. He beat Iceman to face Rifa in this. He's doing amazing. Again, there's another grab. Rifa currently in the red. Gotta play with it. Again, there's another grab. Stop! Oh, I thought he was gonna go for that. Rifa's mostly gonna wait. There goes. Oh! And Raz will take that. One more round. We're set. And we might have a lovely little, little flipperino. What is that called again? What is it called again? We shall see. We're going back to Buster Beach. Don't worry, I got the overlay. I got the overlay. I love the Megawatt. I think Megawatt's beautiful. It's such a good arm. It's risky against a Twin Tail. An arm like that against Twin Tail is a bit risky. Just due to the aura and her speed. She's not exactly a slow character. Obviously not one of the fastest. But she's fast, like her evasiveness is good. She takes pretty big steps. There goes another. Has that been hit? Is that our second perfect? No. Wait, when did he get hit? Imperfect perfect. Oh my gosh. Where's I was gonna put on this mask? Beautiful job. What is it called? Man, it's been that long since I streamed. What is it called? When someone who came from losers wins grands. I would have to know to change the title. It's like a resurrection. Insane. Rifa is keeping a good tempo though. I don't know if Mango was the right choice though. Raz really good, had a really solid twin. I'm trying to find that right tempo true finals. Grands times 2. Bracket reset! Bracket reset! Bracket reset. That's it. That's the name. Thank you, Yoshi. Yeah, we might see a bracket reset. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Thank you. And Ice, you should take credit for that, because this is a little scary. Rifa's gonna activate Rush. Unable to land it. Oh gosh. Their health is basically even. Is this a draw? We got a draw! Oh my gosh. Well, we got a bit more time now. Bracket reset. See what Rifa can do different to close this off. Freaking. This is insane. 295 damage. This is abuse. It's horrible. It's impressive. Good solid rush. 355. Putting on that extra corner pressure, putting on the heavy mask, getting right up in Twin Tail's face. Solid. Could go for a grab. Was actually very much expecting a grab. Rifa's gotta play a little bit extra safe to confirm that, and he did. Guess what? He's moving on to round 4, or extra round. Again, this is a best of 5 at the end of the day. Good job of avoiding that rush and also gaining a rush of his own. If Raz wins this, he will get his bracket reset. And we'll have another best of 5. Good rush. Good rush. 305. Not going to be a full rush, but you know what? As I always say, damage is damage. Up close and personal. Rifa desperately wants this. He's like, I don't want a bracket reset. He wants to go to sleep. And Rifa will take that. So Rifa can either close this off, or I forgot the one thing. Rifa can close this off, or we can get a bracket reset. And Rifa is saying it's incredible how much BS you're getting away. And And Raz responds, I love mid-set trash talk. Really keeps me going. We're going temple again. Oh! We see it! The magical! The mystical! Rifa! This is true Rifa! Oh no! He doesn't. He's serious. He's serious. Are the arms speedy? The arms are speedy, right? The arms are speedy, right? I don't know if I can really say much given that I am in I'm America, so it could be my connection. But things look a little fast. We shall see. That's the fun about me hosting a European Arms Tournament. I can't tell if it's lag or it's me. We'll find out next time on whatever this is. Good rush from Rifa. We are seeing Tri-Bass laser time. We are seeing 370 damage on that rush. And Rifa is going to take that round. Jesus. That was fast. Okay, we are losing the laser for a slam. I like the slam. I approve of slam. I'm just gonna try to close this off. This is serious. Oh, another wonderful grab from Raz. And now we're gonna see that. It could be my connection. We are this. I know that they are both struggling here with a lag here, and it most likely is my connection. My God. I'm surprised Rifa did not switch back to laser. I do like the laser a lot. Beautiful rush. It's gonna be 375 damage. I love this connection. We are gonna get put him out of arm damage on Chouetel. Rifa might keep that up. Brass currently in the red. Was that a little bit of dancing? Was that a little bit of dancing? Hope y'all are behaving. And Rifa takes it. He is champion of the Erapean Union. That was horrible. Holy shit. Well, anyways. Thank you guys for coming out here and watching that. It was a wonderful match. It was an honor to be here. GG's to everyone. That was a very impressive tournament. It was an honor to be brought back after being gone for nearly a year. I think it's been like 8 months, maybe 10 months. It's been like 10 months since I've really been around. Yeah, I've been gone for 10 months. But anyways, thank you guys so much for coming. And I loved being here again. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And I'll see you all around next time. Have a good one, y'all. And oh, I know it's not my stream. It's not my Twitch, but I gotta say it. Stuff your face with zebra cakes. Have a good one, y'all.